Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown, and welcome to the Sort of Interesting Diaries, Episode 1 The Last Gasp of Boat Life. On the 6th of May, I spent my last full day and night on board my previous humble narrowboat home, Narrowboat Tilly, and what you're seeing on your screen now is the footage of me emerging from Narrowboat Tilly and having a look around this beautiful environment on the morning of the 7th. And it would be less than 2 weeks until Narrowboat Tilly was up for sale, and then only 18 days after that I would literally have handed over the keys and not really have had any clue what my next plan was. So let's take a moment and look at that beautiful time between moving off Narrowboat Tilly and handing over the keys when she was finally sold. Firstly, the weather certainly took a turn for the worse straight away.
Well, my friends, it's really only just hit me that we're about to turn round in this turning point here, and that's as far as I'm ever going to go again on Narrowboat Tilly.
As you can see from this sneaky picture I took on the bus, the weather certainly had its down points, particularly in the immediate aftermath of moving off Narrowboat Tilly, but still having to go back to her all the time as she was up for sale and moving her around and showing people her and all of that general stuff. But luckily, coming from one of the worst winters on record, with literally record-breaking flooding all over the UK and so on, I was very happy, as you can see from this footage, to see the incredible real spring and summer weather moving. And that led to some absolutely fantastic sort of farewell tour style boating trips with my family and friends coming out to have one last trip with her. And it was an absolutely beautiful, fantastic time to be on the canal, to be honest. And ironically, probably some of my best highlights of the last year or so all happened after I'd moved off Narrowboat Tilly, but still hadn't sold her. And you can see like got historic narrowboats here that once upon a time crashed into Tilly, not far from that point, and being able to come in and out to Tilly without having to fetch loads of supplies on my backpack or anything like that, because I would pretty much cycle all the time unless it was absolutely pouring down, meant that it was so much easier and just so much better to be able to bike out and knock 10 minutes off a 50-minute bike ride because I wasn't weighed down with stuff. And equally, because I was obviously spending more time in town, you can see here some of the general sights and sound from around Oswestry Street and the immediate countryside. Little did I know when I was up here on the top of the castle bank that my own view from where I would end up living within barely 6 weeks from this point would have an even better view than that. So really, it was a time to just, well, I suppose, be very thankful for the good weather, be very thankful for having the boat to enjoy it for one last time, but also with the increased time I was spending in and around Oswestry, actually getting out and enjoying and going off exploring parts of town that I'd overlooked because the canal's on different sides, so I wouldn't be biking out this way anywhere near as often. But really, as you can see, it was absolutely beautiful time to be about and just go off exploring. Of course, one of the side effects of being in town more was getting to see the animals everywhere. So we got a little Pixie here, and then Andrew coming up now. Oh, my friend's cat that is, and then little Pippin. So ultimately, this was a time of a lot of fun and games on the boat because there was no pressure because I wasn't living on it and worrying. Oh, here, speaking of cats, how great is this? Taking a little baby out for a walk and the cat follows you. Lovely stuff. So, as I was saying, it was a period of absolutely beautiful weather, beautiful boating and fantastic final boat trips. Going off exploring in and around Oswestry and all that sort of stuff like I hadn't done for many, many years in different areas on the opposite side to where the canal is. But also a time of real sort of bittersweet sadness, I suppose. I mean, just take a look at what's on the screen right now. This was my last ever boat trip, and obviously at that point I didn't realise it, because obviously I didn't know when Tilly was going to sell. But what an absolutely beautiful way to end 4 years of fantastic life on a boat. Now, I want to end this with just a few clips from off the canal and sort of the very near vicinity of the canal. As you can see, I mean, these were the environments with all the bright yellow rapeseed fields there. Just this incredible summer sort of place that I could just bike to and from the boat and go out on random trips and, like I say, exploring all around town in places on the far sides that I hadn't been for years, and random anchor here. But just being able to do all of this stuff and have all of these beautiful final summer adventures with the narrowboat, and the amount of cycling to and from the boat that me and my friend did was truly incredible, and really just a fantastic way to draw boat life to an end. Here you're seeing an area that we've made one of our bizarre regular little trips, where we were originally moving the boat, then we'd go off the boat, biking all over the place, get some food from a shop just up the way from here, and then bike down to the canal and sit at the side and have our dinner. And now, basically, we've been doing similar things like that, but going to different areas and stopping halfway to get food and that. You can see the bikes there. Oh, this is one final twist in the tale, that as Tilly was moored up in her final place, we came back one time and just found that, amazingly, the actual mooring chain had snapped. So that's something that had never happened until literally a couple of days before I handed the keys over. So my friends, here are those final few pictures that I took on my last hour or so on narrowboat Tilly. Again, what an absolutely beautiful day it was to hand the keys over and walk away from my incredible experience. You might have noticed my voice has been a bit up and down in this video, as there's been an awful lot of memories coming up, but I'd just like to thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the last moments of my boat life. Feel free to check out my other videos for hundreds more boat life videos. Check the links in the description to find my short Kindle books all about my time on board narrowboat Tilly. And well, until the next time, please do subscribe. Feel free to add me on Facebook and all that sort of stuff. But just have an absolutely fantastic day. Keep it boat worthy, keep it interesting, and of course, farewell.